Hey guys, Michaela here. Wanted to give an update since I think my last post was about my shit day. Drinking some coffee this morning in my cool little cup that I got from Oaxaca. It's got Oaxaca written on the back there, which is a little hard to see. There it is. Oaxaca is a state in Mexico. There's also Oaxaca City, which is in Oaxaca, but Puerto Escondido is also in Oaxaca State. So Oaxaca is a pretty cool area of Mexico on the southern Pacific side. Spent quite a lot of time there. Really love it, especially their cheese. The Oaxaca cheese is amazing. So anyway, I wanted to give updates on what's been going on about the things that I posted in my shit day. A lot of that has resolved itself. Now the court thing, that's still outstanding. I found out the court date is later this month, which does not give me enough time to reasonably fly back. So I did request an extension. We'll see if that happens. If it doesn't, then, I simply can't go. I risk default judgment, but is what it is. Maybe that's just the decision being made for me, but we'll see. Little less stressed about it because it's not right in my face at the moment, but it's still, of course, lingering as legal stuff does. The housing situation, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome here. I wasn't able to stay here longer term, but I'm actually staying someplace that I like a lot better. It's a little house, I could, spit and hit it from here. And it is about that same distance from the beach. So I can see the beach out of one of my windows, and walking there, it's just right there. And it's black sand beach, which I'm in awe. And the house is perfect. My dad said use the word cozy, and that's exactly what it is. And I love cozy. I've carried this giant, amethyst filled heating pad all the way from Texas with my giant weighted amethyst filled weighted blanket, and then my weighted body pillow. I love cozy. And that's precisely what this is. It's got 2 bedrooms and an office, and the kitchen is inside, which I didn't realize was a thing, for a huge possibility for it to not be inside until I got to Mexico. That was first time I've ever seen that. And it's actually pretty common here, where a good chunk of the house is outside. If, maybe it's got some doors you can pull to close it off, but a lot of time just spent in the elements, essentially, which I love, but your girl needs some AC. And if not for me, then definitely for my pets. Both of my dogs are very furry, and yeah, I've evolved a lot, but I'm not evolved past needing that AC. So is what it is. But I found, like I said, and this place has AC in every room. So a lot of places, they do these little split duct AC units, and it's usually just in the bedroom, and the rest of the house is kind of muggy and hot. But in this one, there's one in every room, which fan-fucking-tastic. There's a living room, which with a lot of these Airbnbs, there hasn't been. And then there's a TV, which for me is important. I love movies. It's really the main way that I turn my brain off and pass some time occasionally. So having a living room I can lounge in, and these TVs are huge, which is a little alarming, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. All in this really kind of tiny home, but it's fine. It's perfect for us. I've got parking. I've got a fenced yard for the animals. And like I said, it's right on the beach. So, well, there's a road between it and the beach, but that's fine. Reasonable price. And I was going back and forth because I found a couple other options that are one of them was about half of what I'm paying, but no living room and no lounge area. Like the only place to kick back would be on the bed, which I just don't, sometimes I'll do that. That's fine. But I want a different place to be able to hang out. And it wasn't near the beach. It was probably about a mile back from the beach. And then I would have had to drive to get to the beach. So no walking my dogs in the morning. Just, right now the sun rises at 5. So we are on the beach, usually 5:30, and just walk right across the street. And there it is. So that has immense value to me. This place I was looking at was beautiful and it seemed quiet, but I'm also looking at the roads, like how much damage it's going to do to my uh, vehicle every time I'm driving up and down, because some of these are pretty rough roads, and it's not just a pothole here or there, it's like just jostling the whole vehicle and your skeletal system the whole time. So there was one of those roads there, and so I was thinking about this and basically came to the conclusion that, I've come too far. I've come too far and created too much magic to half-ass it now, or to, get kind of what I want, especially when what I want is available and within reach. Would I have liked to save more money? Sure. But even still, I'm paying probably $1,200 to $1,500 less at this place than I was paying in the States. I was living on Lake Worth in Texas, but you take in rent, which the rent here to live on the beach is less. And then the rent here also includes all my utilities, a weekly cleaning, which, guys, I've never had before, and I absolutely love it. Not only does it keep me on my toes, like I keep the dishes done because I got someone coming in, but of course, just the cleanliness vibe of the whole place. And so it includes weekly cleaning, gardening, yard work, and all of my utilities and Wi-Fi. And so, yeah, I'm still saving probably $1,200 to $1,500 a month. My student loans have kicked back in, so that does eat up a chunk of that, but still things are working out. It's not, I'm not rolling in it, but there's a little bit of relief coming, which I'm super grateful for. Much needed. So yeah, and then of course the white supremacist guy, they left the next morning, so that's kind of left my energy space, that just that kind of hangover of when you've let a shitty person into your vibe, and really it was just spending a little bit of time, but still I just felt like a fool. I saw all the red flags and I still was like, oh, maybe. Anyway, what else? Hit the beach a couple of times this week, have gone to a couple new restaurants, met a new vet, and that's really oftentimes my indicator, whether I intend it or not, that I'm going to stay somewhere. Is back in the day, I had real short hair, so I would find a hairdresser and a vet. Those are the first two people that I would meet in a new city. And now I cut my own hair, and so it's just the vet. So where I went to eat brunch yesterday morning, the best French toast I've ever had in my life, which originally was held by a place in San Antonio, Southtown, called Liberty Bar. Still recommend it. But this place, guys, the bread here is stupid good. And I went to this place called Bread What, and right across the street from there is a vet. And I had the dogs with me, so we just went across. I wanted to see what they offer as far as pet food, because vets are really where you buy your premium pet food here and in Mexico and the other places along the way. So I found also a good supplement for my older dog, Dude. He's starting to kind of, bite at his joints a little bit again. And so he's been frolicking a little better lately. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. I haven't really met many people that I'm like, yeah, this is someone that I want to spend some time with and get to know as a friend, but that'll come. Not worried about it, but starting to feel calmer. And with that is coming the processing of everything that I've been through. And so I've started putting down notes to document my journey in some sort of a memoir. And goodness, the emotions that are coming up when I process or pop in a memory of, things along the way in the past 6 months have just been kind of forward motion. So there's not been a whole lot of reflection. I'm always reflecting, but to look back and understand the larger picture of everything that's occurred and the themes and what kept me going and all of that, it's very, very emotional. So not necessarily processing in a memoir fashion for other people, but be cool if it proves useful to someone else, but it's really, I think, going to be the best way for me to process all of these changes that have happened. So, but yeah, that's really all that has been going on. Not much else to report on, but thank you guys for your support. My social media has exploded this past week, and well, my version of exploding, and that's awesome. And I'm grateful and humbled and glad to have you along. So we'll talk again soon. Bye, guys.